between the heart and the world. Lucy woke up to a very quiet morning. The sunlight was soft, warm, and gentle. It came slowly through the curtains and filled the room with a golden glow. She stayed in bed for a long time, listening to the small sounds of the house. The floor made soft creaks. The kettle in the kitchen whispered with its boiling. Outside, the birds were starting to sing. The morning was calm, but inside Lucy, the storm from yesterday had not yet gone away. Her thoughts were full. She turned to look at the garden through the window. The grass was wet with dew. Small drops of water sparkled like tiny stars. Mist moved slowly around the roses. Everything looked normal, peaceful, ordinary. But inside her, everything felt delicate and fragile. It was as if a single word or a small action could break the careful balance of her thoughts. She knew her tea was waiting downstairs, but she stayed in her room a little longer. She wanted to enjoy the soft morning light. She breathed slowly, trying to calm herself. Slowly, softly, almost reluctantly, she got out of bed and walked down the stairs. Her heart was beating fast, but she tried to appear calm. Every step felt heavy, but necessary. And there he was. Edward stood by the fireplace. The morning sunlight fell on his hair and made it shine, soft gold in the light. He did not speak at first. He simply looked at her. His calm, steady eyes were gentle, watching her with quiet care. His presence made her feel both safe and nervous at the same time. He held his hands lightly together in front of him. His patience, the quiet way he was, made her chest ache in a way she could not explain. "Good morning," he said finally. His voice was soft, steady, and warm. "Good morning," Lucy whispered back. Her voice was low and soft, barely heard. He moved slowly toward her, every step careful, deliberate. Not hurried, not rough, not forced. He gave her a cup of tea. Their fingers touched for a moment, a heartbeat longer than necessary. That small touch made Lucy's heart jump and flutter. Something small, fragile, and undeniable passed between them. A quiet fire, tender but strong. "You have been restless," Edward said quietly. "Even yesterday I saw it in your eyes. You feel too much. You feel too deeply." Lucy looked away, embarrassed. I don't know what to do with it," she said. Her voice trembled a little. "I have never felt so much all at once. Exciting, but also frightening." Edward leaned closer, and she could smell his familiar cologne. It was gentle, like a memory wrapped around her. "And yet," he murmured, "you stand here, trying to understand yourself. That is brave. That is real courage. Lucy wanted to tell him everything about Daniel, about the storm inside her, but the words were stuck in her throat. How could she explain that she loved Edward's calm, that his quiet certainty made her safe, yet Daniel made her heart beat fast, her thoughts spin, her knees weak? She sipped her tea, trying to calm her heart, but the warmth did nothing to slow the racing inside her chest. Later, Lucy walked slowly in the garden. The morning light was soft, gold, and pale at the same time. Shadows stretched across the wet grass. The flowers smelled fresh, dew on their petals sparkling in the soft sunlight. She inhaled deeply, trying to feel the calm in the garden. But inside her, nothing was calm. Her thoughts kept turning back to Edward, then Daniel, and back again. And there he was, Daniel, leaning against the old oak tree, hands in his coat pockets. He looked far away, beyond the garden, but his eyes were always searching for her. The light made his face softer, but his gaze was intense. "You move like the world weighs too much," he said quietly, without looking directly at her. "Maybe it does," Lucy whispered. Her voice was small, soft, but her heart thundered in her chest. He turned toward her. For a moment, the world shrank. Nothing existed except the space between them. His gaze was both intense and gentle, contradictory. Lucy felt her knees shake, her stomach turn, her heart leap. "Why do you care so much?" he asked softly. "Even when it is not safe." Lucy swallowed hard. "Because I feel alive," she whispered. "Even if it is dangerous, even if it hurts, even if I do not understand everything." Daniel stepped closer. The air between them seemed to pulse, charged with something neither could say. "And if it hurts?" he asked. His voice dropped, soft and low, almost like a touch. "I will feel it," she said, her voice firm but trembling. "Because to not feel would be far worse." He reached for her hand, not a polite, casual touch, not the kind that is soon forgotten. This was deliberate, slow, grounding, intimate. Lucy's breath caught, her heart raced. Everything from yesterday, the questions, the doubts, the fear, suddenly pressed down on her chest. They did not speak. They did not need to. The garden, the soft morning light, the mist around the roses, they all seemed to wait with them. And then, as if fate wanted to tease her heart, a sharp cry interrupted the quiet. A letter came, sliding through the garden gate, landing near Lucy's feet. Her name was written on it, in handwriting she did not recognize. Daniel's fingers lingered near hers for a moment before he stepped back. Lucy bent to pick up the envelope. Her heart thumped in her chest. Edward could not have sent it. Daniel did not know about it. The words inside promised to change everything. Her hands trembled as she opened the envelope. Her world tilted. She felt the pulse of the next chapter even before reading the first line. It was not just news. It was a promise, a challenge, something that would change her life. Lucy understood something with sharp clarity. Life had never been about choosing Edward or Daniel. It had always been about following her own heart. Even when it was hard, even when it demanded everything from her. Her hands shook. She breathed fast. The next step she took would change everything. She looked up. Daniel's eyes met hers. The question hung in the air, heavy, urgent, impossible to ignore. Would she step forward or go back to the life she had always known? The letter crinkled in her hands. The morning shimmered around them, and the storm inside Lucy had only just begun.